All right. All right, back more for tonight. So, made the little. So, my name is Lance. I'm going to be programming with no preparation whatsoever some OBS overlays, control panels. So, if you've been painfully watching me struggle through this for the last few episodes, that's fine because that's what programming is about. Struggling, Googling, Stack Overflowing, and figuring out the right way to do things. And as long as you can put it together and make it work, and even if you do write something stinky, if you know it's stinky, then you can go back and fix it. So, looking at the code we have so far here, let's change the camera around. So, in fact, we've got the little overlay here on my OBS window in the on the website, on the overlay, the OBS example here that we have for showing, and they have it here on the example. So if I change this to 1, update, it'll disappear from this broadcast. There, just zoomed that way. And now it's added to there. So, what's up, child?
Which one's Tidal? Which one's Spotify?
Oh, my son wants to challenge me on audio quality. He says, "Oh, okay, hold on here. I'm broadcasting right now."
Okay.
So after I'm done broadcasting, because we don't want to get a copyright strike for some music you're playing.
Yourself.
What? Oh, we'll do it later. We'll do it later. So, all right.
I can't select the song on Tidal because I don't have premium, so I found a song.
Okay.
I actually know.
Okay. Can you give me 5 minutes or 10 minutes here? I can make the world a better, safer place for programming. Man, my white balance. I was trying to mess with the white balance before the camera started, but it's awful. So we're just going to turn the webcam off. And look at that. And focus just on the programming on the screen here. So what I'm going to do now is just get rid of these, this index page here, which is just has this little form on it. And what I want to do is put several buttons on the page. And button title 1, and we'll do a second button. And let's just call it clear. How's that? And see what that looks like. All right, title 1 and clear. And what happens when I click on these, so we're going to do this as just really plain JavaScript here, is we're going to call a function. Let's see here. Is on-click this tool. Probably do this registering it later, but we'll just do on-click for now. This is one of those places where you might be a little stinky. Now, I was reading up on ES6 and arrow functions. And I believe it's const, and we'll call this update equals an arrow function for, we'll call it slide name. How's that? And we'll do like an arrow function thing, and console.log slide name. And here we'll do update, and we'll just pass nothing, and on click equals title 1. And if I open up a console here, inspect console, refresh. So these buttons are picking up this form action. Type equal button, prevent that for now. And really these might be turned into anchors later on and styled to look like buttons, but hey, it looks like a button. There we go, title empty, title 1, title 3, title 1 is empty. So here, all I'm making sure that I wired up the function correctly, that by clicking here, calling the update function with this first parameter or first argument, worked the way I hoped it would. So let's borrow a page from that fetch here. This is kind of what I want to do here, but we're not going to do a fetch. We need to do that post. And JavaScript fetch post. Okay, give me an example. All right, Mozilla Docs. They got all the examples. Let's see. Array funcs post data. Here we go. Fetch URL method post. Okay, and this is in a parameter or a hash of options. It looks like it stops here. No, that's end of header. Well, way down here. That's quite a bit of. Maybe if I made this wider, it might actually look better. All right, more readable. And it's going to return the response.json. Is await the cool way to do that now? I don't know. And then post data then. So this was, we return the promise of the second JSON call. All right, well, that looks nice, but who says we want our code to look nice? Let's steal all this information here. And so overlay the URL, and then here is our fetch options. I'm just curious here. Fetch options. Yep, fetch options. Method headers. Yeah, all these are nice, but and redirects. No redirects. And refer policy. Downgrade. It looks important, so I'm going to do the right thing and ignore it. So I stole that line from If I Script Garage's YouTube channel. I like the YouTube channel quite a bit. So we're just going to send the body of the slide name to the server. And I really feel I might need to put an else in here now because we're going to get something. Is there an else? Is it just then response.json? How do you handle errors? Error. Redirect. For error exception. Any more error information? Let's also get her. Ooh, okay, we always get a response from the server, and if it's not, okay, else return the response.this, and then we chain our things. All right, well, it looks possibly adequate. So I was going to take off this first then. So get the response. If the response is not okay, do something interesting with it here. Maybe a little console dot. Error, and what does blob do? Response.blob does something. Well, I don't want to return response.blob. I want response.json because we could probably make this fancier, do some header detections. All right, so we're going to fetch from the fetch API post some JSON with the slide name, and then if we get an error, throw it out. And if oh, I don't need this then here. Don't really need to do anything with the next step of it. I can run some verification perhaps later, but you know. All right, so if I click on, let's go to the network tab here and have the console at the bottom. So if I do title 1, all right. So uncaught, there's my error. So post overlay, internal server error. And if I'm running, let's turn off the polling. How to do that real quick. Well, what is polling? Well, let's scroll behind up. You can see the error. Probably that I was expecting a 0. Yeah, I can't cast integer to text. So in my example, I was just grabbing the input and hopefully it was a value. But here we're going to get the JSON body. So we don't need to parse the form anymore. I don't think. Let's Let's see how to do that. Go lang read JSON body from request. I saw what I want there. There we go. What we got here? Blah, 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 blah. JSON new decoder response.body. And we're going to decode it onto the person variable. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. We don't need to parse the form. And you know what? We can just use that must. Do that or explode. And we need to decode it onto a instance variable. I don't know what we're going to call it. Here I called it the slide name. Sure. Maybe C name, overlay name. Overlay name is a string, and it'll be an empty string as it starts off. And now when we get the decoder for the body, we decode it right onto the overlay name. And anything else interesting here? Put it all together, blah, 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 blah. Here's an improved handler. Value parse params content type. If it's JSON, it's not okay. Yeah, make some interesting. Yeah. Mighty helper function. Just. That's a lot of error handling. Well, again, this would be the right way to do it, or something along these lines. But right now, we're just going to put together proof of concept for fun. So our body must parse the overlay name, and then let's. We're not going to do this. We're not worried about the casting. And let's just write back out the scene name that we've thought we have set it to. All right, let's run the server again. All right, so clear. And I expect it in a JSON input. Oh, I didn't JSON. Well, the right way again would be to JSON encode it. But how about we just stick a few quotes around it for now and move on with our evening. No, that's wrong syntax. Sorry. All right, let's just do it the right way. Yeah, JSON dot encode. New encoder to the writer and encode the variable overlay name. And we don't need any of this. And let's call it must. Do that again. We must do that. And refresh the server. There we go. And here we fetched it, and the response was hey, title 1. This was empty. All right. So we are sending whatever string we want to the server. The server is putting it on this variable, and we are echoing back out what it is. Or sending, not echoing, we're sending back out what it is. Well, let's go ahead and make this some state on the server. And actually, I think I put this over in another. Yeah, I got this whole. And move this. So better. All right. Cute. And here, when we get from the server, we're going to do a, we're just going to write back out to the server too. There's some interesting error handling, but so now we're just going to write back out to server response there for that. All right. All right, so there we go. We're saving. Let's open up back our OBS window, which is right here. There she is. All right. Browser, refresh. All right, so Lance Rushing went away because the title didn't match. Oh, that's some ugly code. All right, so we called this, what do we call it again? Title 1? I don't like Title 1. Let's call it Overlay 1. And the only thing we have to make sure that matches is whatever string we're setting here needs to be the same string back on this. If we're equal to Overlay 1, then we're going to do that. And else we're going to do that. And back to OBS. Refresh. All right, if I say Title 1, something's not kosher. Let's go find out. Did I restart the server? There we go. Now if I do Title 1, go here, refresh, that's Title 1. All right, now we go to the OBS. And we refresh this browser. All right, so I have a default by showing here, but if I clear, all right, go to Title 1, which is actually should be Overlay 1. Come back, Overlay 1. You're our only hope. Overlay, Title 1, Title 1, Title 1, Title 1. Let's fix up this a little bit here. OBS, I want Overlay 1. Overlay 1 there. Overlay 1 there. Overlay 1. And the HTML here, if data is equal to overlay, show me the message. If not, hide me the message. Let's see. All right, we're back. All right. Let's go see. Let's go ahead and obs.html. And yeah, there it is way down there. Inspect. Network. Title 1. Title 1. Title 1. Fresh. Overlay 1. Overlay 1. Overlay 1. Okay. All right. It's important to make all your variables line up correctly. Refresh. All right. And now we'll pretend like this was the OBS window that's broadcasting, and we can clear. Oh, wait a second. Click overlay. Wait a second. Hey, it comes back. Look at that. Cool. All right. So really, it wasn't so much about the OBS or the overlays. It was just using some very minimal JavaScript to send the overlay states over. So this control panel, I'll need to do some more things with it to make it cooler and better in the future. But I'm curious what response.blob does. Console.log response.blob. And refresh. Inspect. Or can't JSON to something that's already been blobbed. Oh, that's interesting. Console. Clear. Okay, the blob is a pending. Line 33, which is, yeah. Oh, because this returns the result. So this response.json, JSON is returning a promise to go ahead and decrypt it, same the way Blob would be doing it. And Blob had a whole bunch of, really thinking about that here. Result blob, plain text, okay. I'll think about that later. All right, enough for tonight. So just to recap real quick, made some quick changes on, I'll make this small again. So made some quick changes here for the HTML on this control panel page. Made some buttons and just really in the simplest way I could think how to do it. Send those responses to the server. There. You can see my server still polling every second, which is super inefficient. Don't do this at home, kids. And maybe I should make some decisions to host this or not. And if I am going to host it, determine which hosting provider can do server-side events. Or maybe experiment using Firebase. I would say let me know below, but not too many people are watching it. So to all the 1 or 2 people out there are still watching it, thank you for tuning in. If you have anything else you want me to work on, or add a comment below, and stay safe and have fun out there. All right, talk to you later. All right, bye.